Okay, so Cypher. That's fine. Cypher's doing a really good job of covering his angles there to minimize the chance of being hit. It's really good. And Av3k just being really patient, and he had like really good like chipping away damage at mega health, but he knew not to like overextend and go for the kill and risk losing everything. So I mean, this is pretty standard, 100, 200 for both, and now it's time to fight for the mega. But I feel like, so in that situation there, let's go back a little bit. Okay. So when this situation comes up on this map, now I feel like I was one of the first to realize this, that especially on land, if you two meet near the bottom, if that yellow is not up for you to drop down to, then you're giving up really good position. It's like the guy that goes up top is actually at a disadvantage because the guy on the bottom could sit there with LG, and if you jump to Mega, well, I mean, good luck getting away with, you know, taking it for free. You're gonna get destroyed more often than not. And the other big problem is, and it's a move that I used to do a lot, was if somebody is up there at the top and they decide to try to rail down at you, you play around the teleporter when you're on the bottom, so that then you can rush through the telly during his rail reload time, so that he can't switch to another gun, he can't fight back, and it gives you a good second and a half to lay down some good damage and take control of the fight, and then decide what you're going to do from there, whether you can all in, or you force him off it, and you know that allows you to get the mega, or you going through the teleporter sometimes makes people panic, so then they go and take the mega when they can't even fire at you. And that way, then it's like, alright, well, I've forced him to move into a situation that's not good for him, and it's really, really good for me. So then you deal a ton of damage, and then you either get the kill off of that because of his being so exposed, or it allows you to take the rest of the armors on the map. So when they meet here, Cypher needs to fight. He needs to stay here a little bit. Like, going through this telly is no good. He needs to deal some damage, you know, at least 100, 150 damage, try to, and then back up through the telly. Now, if he gets knocked in there by a rocket on accident, well, then that's whatever, you know, you can't control that. But you can control what you do. So he missed out on a huge opportunity to kind of create a situation where the mega would be at least an equal trade. So let's see how it plays out, though. Oh, he gets railed from the bottom. Imagine that. He took a big risk there. Av3k doing really nicely. Perfect. Oh no! Oh my god. Alright, so what he's worried about here off of that spawn is dropping to the yellow and getting caught at the rail. So he decides to... He pretty much knows he's kind of screwed out in the entire map now. Especially since, you know, Av3k got that mega for free. He grabbed the 50 before he went to the red. So his health is about 100. So he's going to be like 200, 100 now. And unstoppable for a little bit. Especially since Cypher spawned near the grenade launcher. So he's going to play it like, okay, I really need to just totally avoid him for the next minute to two. And just play off of like shards and try to delay him so I can get one yellow. And then work my way into the map. But Av3k did a great job of realizing the situation and went looking for him at, you know, one of the areas that he could need to be, which is rocket launcher. That was a good catch. And I don't know what he was doing there with grenades like that. That was... He should be dead, honestly. Man, Av3k Av3k just has such a grip on the map. There's like nothing for Cypher to do. I mean, right there he should have dropped to the mid-level, then dropped to the health so that he didn't take falling damage. I mean, that's the difference of, let's say, he had the 80 health. If he grabs just one shard, then he can survive a rail. But the fact that he's only got 70 health now means he needs to collect 3 shards, which exposes him even more if there's a trap lying in wait for him. And this, the only reason he's even doing okay right now is because Av3k failed to realize with what he was collecting around the map how screwed Cypher really was. He just needed to fully commit to that fight at the Mega, like do some RJ from the bridge to get over to that platform and just all in kill him. Instead he gave Cypher a chance to get away. Cypher takes that opportunity, gets red, yellow, and has all guns now. So now he's looking really good. This game should easily be 2, maybe even 3 to -1 now. Oh, this should be a kill. Av3k messed up badly. Whoops. Cypher decided to stop LGing, which he should have just followed him with the easy movement and kept using LG. Especially back in this time, you know, LG was 7 damage. So, I mean, I suppose, you know, Av3k messed up with the whole fight thing and gave Cypher a chance. There, Av3k should have been dead to rights, and Cypher kind of made a bad weapon choice, and, you know, it gave Av3k an in back into the game.
Warning.
Nice rail. Good job just focusing on dodging and not trying to aim on that second one. I feel like he should have hit that rail. Oh, that's so dangerous. Yeah, he wasted too much time in this room earlier to make it safe to go through the telly to get the 50 health. And this is wise. There's no way he can just full out stand on red. Okay, he would die from a rail now, so he just has to chill here. Okay, he's got Mega Time. And now, since he heard him go the other way, he knows he might be able to contest for red, so that's why he's stuck around. Okay, so I would say that this is the point where, okay, you need to just chill and play the rail game, but he's only got 1 rail. So he knew that he couldn't really do that, and he was hoping to stick around and get that yellow. But it was really nice by Av3k to move in there. And the aim was really, really strong. See, I don't like that. Like, when you got 92 health, and you're the down guy, I feel like you need to leave that health up there. Like, every time you pick up... oh, and again. Every time you pick up that health, it needs to be worth the 25. Or at least, like, 20, you know? Because, like, now, if something actually went wrong there and Av3k decided he should go in, and you escape, you have nothing to fall back on now. Absolutely nothing. But Av3k was playing really passive because he has the lead. Oh, he got clipped on the wall. That could have cost him big time. I really like that from Av3k, moving to that section to kind of block that off before going to the Mega. Helps deny, you know, getting railed.
2 hits. Impressive.
Okay, that's fine. Just bad aiming by Av3k there. Okay, even though there's only a minute and a half left, Cypher still has a good chance. If he gets a good clean kill here, like hits a couple rails together, then he can definitely get some spawn frags. Oh, this is a good catch. But he just didn't hit anything. Probably nervous. Nice zoning from Av3k, just zoning, holding good angles, and delaying him so he can get this red to hopefully lock the game down. Oh, he doesn't go for red. I think he I think he overestimated how much health and armor Cypher had, because he definitely could have fought for that red armor. And Cypher's has no ammo for the 2 guns that you need to chase people. Yeah, this game's over now. Well played from Av3k for the most part, except that one time where Cypher was really, really weak. He needed to understand that and go all in for that kill when he's on that platform near Mega. And then I'd say this match came down to that huge mistake from Av3k, the way he dropped in the red room, and Cypher not just keeping LG out and destroying him. If he did that, it'd be a totally different game. He would have got a pretty clean kill. I wanted to cancel that. Whatever. He would have got a pretty clean kill, and you know, he would have been looking really good from there to bring it back, because it was only like a 2-3 frag game at the time. Sorry that these demos don't have the very beginnings in them. That would really help out. Av3k could have taken his time there, dropping down. Like, set up a better situation for himself to deal damage. Because at that time he was so stacked, he could have tried to bait out a rail and then just dropped and chased with LG. While Cypher has to reload, you know? Nice prediction from Cypher. Cypher knows that Av3k's probably too weak to hold out at Mega, so he went to Grenade to try to get both of them, which is what he should have done. It was really good. Now Av3k's looking pretty good. He's done a good job just playing the patient game, playing on the yellows, and now it's about this Mega. So see, he's already moving down to try to establish position for it. Cypher might be at shards coming through, like that area, yep. See, the problem here is Av3k should have positioned himself in between the Mega and that yellow coming up. So as soon as those grenades were gone, he should have started moving over there. So that then it gives him more options to decide what to do, especially if something goes wrong. It's still 0-0, he's doing alright. And he knew when that yellow was last taken, that's why he's moving out top during that time, because he's expecting Cypher to be over there trying to collect it. See there, that was better, but Cypher didn't fall for it. He's doing a great job of keeping himself at 100-100 so that if Cypher decides to overcommit at some point, that, oh, what are you doing? He could have easily rocket jumped with that one rocket and then dropped. And this is where, you know, Cypher's not understanding that the type of weapons that Av3k's using kind of indicates, you know, that he's low on ammo or something else. Because there's no way he should have gave up that mega health. Cypher totally has given up everything by not paying attention. And even if Av3k had had the weapons, he could have positioned himself to try to get it. It's all pretty oh! Got him. I really don't know why he went through there. I mean, that's like dangerous territory, in my opinion. Like the guy you just fought was at yellow as you're backing down to LG. It's like it's a high likelihood that he went towards the 50 health and is like getting ready for red. So I don't know. Now he's playing down here because he knows that Cypher needs the guns. So this is a good opportunity, and Cypher's taking it, that he knows, okay, it's not safe to go to LG or rail. And he's going to slowly try to work his way to get a railgun first, most likely, rather than LG. Yep, that's what he's doing. But he wasn't careful enough. He should have grabbed the rail and immediately went to the teleporter. And then, like, wait and listen. Him stepping forward like that was getting really greedy to go get those shards, which is what allowed Av3k to get the kill. Like, perfect LG, nothing he can do. It's gonna be another frag. Cypher's just being a little impatient. Oh my god, the damage. Oh, he didn't... See, if he had exact timing on it, he could have gotten that mega. Like, that was a safe play, where he gets there, he spams the rocket, probably towards the corner, because people like to go wide when getting LG so that they can protect themselves. And then he could have just sat in the alcove until the mega came up. And then he could have pulled out LG and then fought. I always felt, when playing against Av3k and watching him, that his rail was... I was always really impressed with the way that he dodged and decided to choose his shots with rail and the angles that he gave himself. And I mean, his rockets were really good, and especially his plasma. His plasma is actually very, very good. But I always liked the way that he used rail. It felt so much different from other players. I like the move, I just don't like how he dropped down. He needed to drop down at a better angle, and he would have been A-okay. Yep, here he's just got to do the same thing he was doing at the beginning of the game. Just chill out. Just don't take damage, and play on the yellows. And if Cypher overcommits, deal a bunch of damage. This is like his spot during this tournament. He pulled it like 2 to 3 times against Cooler in that game and kind of failed him. Wow, that's... Oh no. I feel like if you go there with that rail and the health is there, you go past real fast to try to hit the shot. And that way, if you're hit, you grab the health and you at least like force the guy to hesitate about going to red, because then you can hit him. Fake rocket jump. Yep, he's just perfectly playing the keep away game now. Yep, now he'll sit here. Very, very nice aim there. Really, really well played from Av3k. I feel like played super patient when he was down in the beginning, and then here at the end he didn't panic when he was 100 health, you know, like 50 armor-ish. He just played really, really well, solidly, and the key to the game was that mid-game where Cypher just gave up the Mega. Just totally was in the wrong place at the wrong time, gave up full control, and then I don't know what he was thinking coming through that teleporter to give him the free frag, because I know Cypher's really good at playing with almost nothing, so I just felt like, you know, the tables were going to turn, and now it was his turn to play with nothing, and he'll work his way on the yellows. Just be really patient, read Av3k well, and, you know, just wait for his chance to make a move on Mega or Red then. But gave away, excuse me, that kill that's like really predictable.